Hello, good morning to everybody. Good morning. Tell me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Tell me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Thank you very much for coming out here. I'd like to encourage every one of you here to get more involved in your community. Let's not forget that. What is it called? What is it called when a rule of law applies to one particular group of people and does not apply to another? What is it called when we have a state of our times where people's due process rights are being denied? What is it called? It is called tyranny, is it not? Is it called authoritarianism, is it not? We here in the Rio Grande Valley recognize what that looks like. We have a history of this going back to the early 1900s. We recognize what tyranny, we recognize what those policies and procedures look like and what they translate when here in our communities. Going back to the early 1900s when they had the U.S. Cavalry patrolling the landscape here, and even now with Operation Lone Star, where we have billions of dollars coming into the Rio Grande Valley for border protection. And what it really translates for us in the communities is the oversaturation of police, the detainment of individuals, and the targeting of certain communities for one particular purpose. And that's to incarcerate and to continue to perpetuate the very same policies that have been in place for generations now here on the border. Let us not fool ourselves. These are the times that we are in, and we've seen it before. These patterns are inherent. They're part of the dynamic. We, as in the Rio Grande Valley, know of the struggle. We recognize what it's like to resist, and we likewise recognize what it's like to join together in voice. Let us remind ourselves the power of collective voice and the need to join in collective power today. Elizabeth.
Thank you to my carnal Mark here for those words. A reminder that this is not the first time that our communities have been targeted. This is not the first time that we have to prove that we are citizens and that we deserve to be treated with dignity and respect. I want to remind all of you, but most importantly, I think that we need a hard reminder to our elected leaders that the people that harvest your food, that make sure that you're putting food on your table for your children, the people that are building our buildings, that are cleaning our homes, raising our kids, the people who are doing the essential work, the hardworking community members are immigrants. This country has a long history of importing labor and then deporting them when they no longer want them. Our immigrant communities deserve the dignity and respect. They deserve to be recognized for their hard work. And those people who end up getting legal permanent residency or who are U.S. citizens deserve to retire. They deserve their Social Security paycheck. They have worked long and hard without access to health care, in extreme conditions, with little or no education, and with a minimum wage that is no longer a living wage. We have real issues impacting our community, and instead what we got is a leader that finger points, blames, shames, scapegoats, and gaslights us. We're tired of the lies, having to defend ourselves, having to defend our neighbors. We are not criminals. We are a hardworking community. We're the backbone of this economy. And without us, this country will fail. If they continue to attack the programs that serve our hardworking communities, it is going to have disastrous consequences for this nation. We need leaders who are going to sit down with us and have real conversations so that we can reach a middle ground and we can start taking the steps forward to heal our communities. Enough with the trauma that is being inflicted upon us. We need to understand that our neighbors might disagree with us politically, but that does not make them the enemy. The enemy is the dictator who wants to run for a third term. The enemy is the person who pardoned violent criminals and then turned and started deporting people for having tattoos. We need to remind the public that right now, even our media is under attack. We need to point them to where they can get accurate information, and we need to make sure that the real information is reaching people's ears. I encourage all of you to not just come out and in these actions, I encourage you to start having real conversations. Monica de la Cruz might not want to have a conversation with us, but we can certainly go and make sure that she's aware that we want to have a conversation with her. Because she might say that Donald Trump sees us. He does not. He does not understand the hardworking person. He does not understand our issues, and we know that. We know the over-exaggeration. We know the lies. We know when they're finger-pointing instead of taking responsibility. And that's what we need. We need leaders who are going to sit down and have real conversations with us, not hide behind